Hi, my name is Rafael, and in this video, I'm going to try and explain the basics of wakeboarding. I'm going to talk about the equipment you need, how to start, and how to ride on the water. Hopefully that after watching this video, you'll have all the theory you need to wakeboard. All you'll have to do is go out and practice. Equipment. So this is a helmet. You wear it like a normal helmet, and it's designed to protect you in case you fall. Like if someone comes, you hit the helmet instead of your head, or if you have a rope like someone lets go of the rope is still dragging in the water. If you get hit by that, helmet takes a hit, not your head. Same thing with obstacles. If you're riding obstacles. The next piece of equipment is this. It's called a crash vest. It floats, but not as good as a life jacket. It's mainly made to absorb the impact of you falling. So it has special foam inside. It's made to absorb the impact from you falling from obstacles or just from water normally. If you want to stop having blisters, you can use gloves. It's not mandatory though. This is really just a personal preference. And then finally, you'll need a board. Well, what are you gonna ride on with that board? Yep. There are two main ways to ride a board. You can either have regular, which is left foot forward, or you can have what we call goofy, which is right foot forward. So that's just up to personal preference. It doesn't really matter. Every single trick can be done in goofy or regular. It's just personal preference. So we have two boards over here. The one on the left is a regular board. The one on the right is a goofy board. As the left foot is forward on this one, it's ridden like this, and you hold the bar like that. This one is held like this, and you hold the bar this way. So it's up to personal preference. You really have to just get on the board and try. There's no real way to really know it beforehand, unless you do other board sports like snowboarding, kiteboarding, or skateboarding. There's no other way of knowing. Just know that most of your weight will be on your back foot, so if you have a stronger leg and you've never done any board sport, that might be your back leg. So, yeah. Now that you are aware of all the equipment needed, I'm going to show you 4 different methods of starting. The first one will be the easiest, and the last one will be the hardest.
However, before we start, I must cover something extremely important: safety. If something is wrong or you don't feel good about something, let go of the handle. Letting go is not something shameful. It's simply putting safety first. On that note, let's get started. This is the easiest technique to learn.
It is called the water start or sitting start. To do this start, simply sit on the bench. Support your board and keep the nose and front edge out of the water. This is crucial to make sure that the board will rise out of the water and will not dive underneath. As the cable starts pulling you, shift your weight onto the board.
While keeping an extremely stiff core, do not fight the rope. Let the rope pull you outwards. At this point, the board should stay afloat as long as you don't dive it underwater by taking a wrong edge.
This second start is called the sliding start. Only perform this start if you have a suitable carpet to start on. To do it, you need to just stand on the board, lean back, and the cable should pull you off the carpet.
Make sure to keep stiff abs so that the cable doesn't pull your torso over the board.
This third starting technique is called the jump start. To perform the jump start, stand perpendicularly to your starting direction on the deck. As the carrier approaches, it will hook the cable. When this happens, you need to jump just before the tension in the cable reaches you. You simply need to jump up. The tension in the cable will pull you forward and off the platform. Timing is extremely important here. It may take a few trials to get it right. This final starting technique is the hardest. It's called the nollie start. It's where you lean forward and the cable pulls you over the nose of your board. A lot of core strength is needed. Lean over the front of your board and hold the cable tightly. As the tension builds up, let the cable pull you over the nose of your board. This should spring you up in the air. As you are in the air, use your core muscles to bring the board back underneath you. Bringing the board back underneath you is the hardest part. It will take quite a few trials to get it right.
But don't worry, stay calm, keep trying. This start is now a trick. You will get it. It's obviously harder than normal starts.
Here, my brother and I are riding on a double line. Each one of us does a separate start.
Feel free to pause and replay the video if necessary.
How to ride. Once you are on the board, you will need to learn how to control it. This is my brother and I on the same double line. As we get closer, you can see our stance on the water.
Here. As you can see, our arms are almost fully extended. Apart from when we pass pulleys, which can cause the cable tension to vary, and we use our arms as shock absorbers, we always keep them fully extended. This allows us to save energy. In addition, your weight should be shifted back on your rear foot. As you get more comfortable on the water, you can shift it forward and centralize it, but this is a good thing to have when you're starting to make sure the front of your board doesn't dive under.
Our rear leg is slightly bent, and our front leg is completely extended. This gives us ample room to absorb bumps from waves or obstacles
on the water. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful or at the very least entertaining. Have a good one.